this was my setup last night. I am actually in a dugout. This is where they've came in and they've scooped out soil for whatever reason. I kicked the rock side the way. It's pretty level in there and it's actually comfortable. But the wind, good Lord, the wind. Tent did well though. Held up. And now we're gonna get packed up and get out of here. I have 18.5 miles to make, hopefully before 5, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's a pretty good bit of climbing, but you know, if I don't, I don't. I'll find a shuttle or a ride into town. No biggie. First thing I'm gonna do this morning is I'm actually gonna go down that bottom and then I'm going right up over that bald. Trails look like most of the morning, except for that little bald that I went over. Currently I'm working my way to Little Bald. That is high rocks. I did not go up to the summit. All the comments said that the views are just not worth it. And since I'm on a deadline and a bit of a time crunch, it is one that I choose to skip. Besides, this would make for a really nice short day hike from Spivey Gap. Just saying. Hint, hint. Okay. Now we're going down. Down, down, down. Okay, we made it to Spivey Gap. I have did 7 miles in 3.27 hours. That's including couple of breaks just to grab some water, restroom. So we're doing pretty good. I have less than 12 miles to make it to Uncle Johnny's and try to catch that 5 o'clock shuttle. If I do not make the 5 o'clock shuttle, there was actually 2 hikers here that have stayed at Uncle Johnny's and they said it's not a real big deal because the hotel I was looking at staying at, it's only like 1.1 mile up the road. So at this point, what is 1.1 mile on a highway? You know, no big deal. They did tell me, however, that if I have to go around town, such as to the post office, that I would need to get a driver because it's too far to walk. It's too far to walk across town. Let's say that. So, plan is I'm gonna finish drinking some water here, get me a couple more snacks in me, and get going up the trail right there. I may have just said oh shit again. I'm way too close to this bear, but right now I'm looking for the other bear, the bigger bear, because this one's probably not alone. When that big boy came down, it took down a lot of trees. God, massive. So for anyone who happens to see this video that may have seen some of Quicksand's videos where he was doing reviews of picnic tables, I think he would be very pleased with this one. Not sure how old it is, but it still has the smell of fresh cut lumber. Relatively level, obviously new, not rotted. Very sturdy. Yeah, I think he would approve of this one. Probably a 10 out of 10. So that is how far we have left to go today. Once I reach the Nolichucky River, Uncle Johnny's is right across the road. It is 1:40 and I have 5.7 miles to go. This is a big camp area. A lot of spot for tents back there. Not saying there's a lot of level spots, but there's a lot of space here. Alright, we're headed that way. Bugs are eating me up. I stopped in, grabbed me a snack, kind of refueled, feeling pretty good. So now let's just get on down the trail. Well, that's our first sign of Erwin. That's the Nolichucky. We'll be crossing over it. I know I keep saying it, but this is just unbelievable. I'm about to walk over here to Uncle Johnny's hostel. It is probably as iconic a place on the AT as anywhere is. Man, I am not believing this. This is amazing. So whenever we come back, I don't know when that'll be, we will be heading this way across the bridge. But first, I'm going to go over here and try and get me someplace to stay for the night, and I will get back with you guys after I'm settled in. Going to do what I seem to do best these days. Food, food, more food. Okay, so good morning. and good afternoon. This isn't only my intro for the day, this is also my daily wrap up. Today is the 29th of May. I was dropped back off after taking Saturday and Sunday off in Johnson City. Swapped out my winter gear, sent some stuff home, trying to lighten up. It's just getting warm enough now, and the elevation's not going to be nearly as high that I don't need all my winter gear. Spent the weekend with a great friend of mine, and man, whew, Lord, the food that I ate. And it flooded Sunday, so there was no way in the world I wanted to be out here on trail. But we were in no hurry to get back on their way today. So I ended up getting dropped off at Mountain Harbor Hostel, which was an outstanding place. I stayed there for 3 days, I think, did some slack packing. And they took me to the U.S. Forest Service 293. Currently I'm sitting at about 11.3 miles. And I'm about to walk up here to Black Bear Resort, where I'm going to stay in a bunk for the night. Tomorrow I will be hitting Watauga Lake and probably going to see about my slack pack options to try and get out of Tennessee. I know how some people feel about slack packing. I've said it several times. My knee is getting a lot better. Having a couple days off was really helpful. I really do feel like I'm just going to have to do what is necessary to get me to the finish line. And if that means slack packing, that's what I'm going to do. But I should be able to hit Damascus by Thursday. At the very least, it would be Friday morning when I get into Damascus. But I really want to try and get in there Thursday afternoon, early enough to get a hostel, or at least somewhere I can pitch a tent in town. That way Friday I can hit the post office, do a resupply, because I do have some food there, eat some town food. I mean, you gotta eat town food when you're there. I did not get to eat at the Damascus diner during trail days. It was packed. I mean, it was a mess. So I want to eat in there, probably hit the coffee place, the coffee and ice cream shop that I hit a couple times while I was at trail days. I really enjoyed their coffee milkshake. It was really good. But anyway, we'll deal with that when we get to it. So yeah, that's about all there is to it. I didn't really do a whole lot of filming today because there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, like, there was literally nothing but what you see behind me. I mean, it was just trees, and it was grown in. There was a couple spots that I had some views. There was a couple things I took pictures of. I think I'm just going to do a little short of for the day, do kind of a mileage update where I'm at for people so they'll know. And then once I get settled in up here at the hostel, I'm going to get a video edited. I'm hopefully going to get it out today so that it'll be ready for in the morning. I'm going to try. Really, it depends on their internet. In fact, I may take and plug this into the video that I'm going to try and get uploaded. All right, so enough of that talking. Let's do more walking.